Yeah, well,
Better.
who better? Gentlemen, welcome to the City of Hialeah Planning and Zoning Board meeting for Wednesday, January 11th, 2023. Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year, sir.
Well, please rise for the invocation and the Pledge of Allegiance. Lord, we thank you for this opportunity that you gave us here tonight. We ask that you please watch over us, give us your wisdom, give us some guidance so that we can go through these items in front of us. And just let us be good. And thank you for a very good and very prosperous last year. And let's make it happen again this year. Amen.
Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. May be seated.
Meeting guidelines. The following guidelines apply to today's Planning and Zoning Board meeting. Any person, whether participating via the web platform, telephonic conferencing, or physical presence at City Hall, interested in making comments or posing questions on any item on the agenda may do so during the meeting. Members of the public may hear the meeting live, telephonic conferencing using a telephone or cellular phone service. A smart device or computer are not necessary to participate in the meeting if you join by phone. All persons participating via the web platform will be muted during the meeting until called upon to be heard. Participation through Zoom requires a computer or smart mobile device with a microphone and web camera. The participant may elect to participate in the meeting using audio only or appear through both audio and video. The video function of all the participants appearing through video will be turned off until called upon to be heard. All lobbyists must register with the Planning and Zoning Board prior to item being heard. A maximum of 4 speakers in favor and 4 speakers in opposition will be allowed to address the Planning and Zoning Board on any item. Each speaker's comments will be limited to 3 minutes. Item number 1, roll call. Mr. D. Perez,
Here.
Mr. Gamon,
Here.
Mr. Iglesias,
Here.
Mr. Jimenez,
Present.
Mr. Ulloa,
Here.
Mr. Casanova,
Here.
Mrs. Enriquez. Here. We have a quorum. Item number 2, approval of Planning and Zoning Board summary agenda of December 14th, 2022, as submitted.
Second that motion.
Motion by Mr. Ulloa, second by Mr. Casanova. Mr. Amon,
Yes.
Mr. Iglesias,
Yes.
Mr. Jimenez,
Yes.
Mr. Casanova,
Yes.
Mr. Ulloa,
Yes.
Mrs. Enriquez,
Yes.
Mr. D. Perez.
Yes.
Item has been approved.
I'd like to take this opportunity to welcome our new distinguished member. Okay, Alex, he's our new city attorney.
Sir.
Hey, there's no
You're there.
assistance here. You're the man. Okay? And in the audience, we have David, still our city attorney. Moving on to bigger and better things, but you still be within the family, right? Good deal. We also have our assistant city planner. You've been here before.
Yeah, this is my second time.
You've been here before, so welcome back. So let's make you guys work really good today. Okay, go ahead.
Administration of oath to all applicants and anyone who will be speaking before the board on any item.
All right. Anyone going to speak in front of the board, please stand, raise your right hand. That includes people in the electronic audience also. And the city attorney will swear you in.
Do you affirm to tell the truth before this board?
Okay. You need it in Spanish also or no? No? Okay, ¿usted jura que va a decir la verdad frente a esta junta? About the ones in the electronic audience? You're muted, so give me a thumbs up or give me a head nod or, okay, good deal, good deal. Thank you. You may be seated.
A written decision and resolution will be prepared and presented for review to the city council. The city council is authorized to affirm with conditions or override the decisions by resolution. After the resolution is adopted, contact a member of the city clerk's office to obtain a copy of the final decision and resolution. Upon your receipt of the final decision and resolution, contact the building permit to obtain your required building permit. Contact the building department to obtain your required building permit. Summary minutes or a copy of the audio file of the proceedings before the Planning and Zoning Board shall be prepared and submitted to the City Council before its hearing. The Planning and Zoning Board recommendations for the following public hearing requests will be heard by the City Council at a scheduled meeting of Tuesday, February 14th, 2023. Item number 3, final decision to allow interior west side setback of 3 feet where 6 feet are required for the legalization of a pergola. Property is located at 120 East 53rd Terrace, Hialeah zoned R1, one family district. Applicant Natalie Ortega.
Natalie Ortega.
She's in Zoom.
Natalie Ortega.
And easy permits and legalization.
Easy permits.
That's it.
Hello, Easy Permits. You were there just a second ago.
My video.
There you go. Hi.
Hi,
Ah, we can hear you now.
yes.
Name and address.
Muted.
Name and address, please.
Natalie Ortega, 120 East 53rd Terrace, Hialeah, Florida, 33013.
Thank you. I see you have a whole crew behind you there.
Yes,
Welcome.
welcome. Thank you. Thank you.
Go ahead and read it into the record.
The property in this application is a 0.17 acre lot zoned R1 located on the south side of East 53rd Terrace within a center block having East 2nd Ave to the east and Palm Ave to the west. The rear of the property faces the Little River Canal. The site is improved with a 1,474 square foot home originally built in 1954. The applicant is before the city requesting the authorization to allow the interior west side setback of 3 feet where 6 feet are required for the existing pergola to be legalized. The property has gone through an extensive amount of unpermitted work ranging from a bathroom/closet, a den, and a terrace, which are all illegal. The applicant is currently in the process of legalizing all the unpermitted work. Additionally, the property has a shed that is said to be demolished. The legalization comes with the condition that the pergola remains an open-air structure and cannot be converted into a detached habitable addition, approved with conditions.
Okay, thank you. Do you have any comments or questions? Or do you understand the recommendation of the city planner?
I understand.
Okay, so any comments you want to add or just,
No,
No?
I mean, no.
Well, it's just a pergola, what we have, we have some rare plants and we have a lot of work. It's because it's a grandparents' house and they've owned it since the 70s. And, since they're old and they love being in the yard, we try to make it as most comfortable for them as possible.
okay. You do understand that it must remain open.
Oh, yes, of course.
100%.
We have a really nice vine going over it that, we can't wait
It's
to the
not-
flowers again.
It's not gonna close up. We're not gonna close it.
I'm sure you can have a barbecue in there. You can have a little
No,
bar,
They're only flowers.
Only flowers.
Okay, I mean, as
You
long
Put a
as,
barbecue in there, it'll kill the flowers.
okay, okay. Any comments or questions from the board? Anyone in the audience have a comment or question on this item? This is a part of the public hearing. What's the pleasure of the board?
Motion to approve with conditions.
Second that motion.
Motion by Mr. Iglesias and Mr. Gamon, second by Mr. Casanova. Mr. Jimenez,
Yes.
Mr. Iglesias,
Yes.
Mr. Ulloa.
Yes.
Mrs. Enriquez,
Yes.
Mr. Casanova,
Yes.
Mr. D. Perez.
Yes.
Mr. Gamon.
Yes.
Item has been approved with conditions.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Happy flowering.
You.
Item number 4.
Yeah.
Final decision to allow rear setback of 18.75 feet where 20 feet are required for the legalization of an addition. Property is located at 875 East 8th Street. Hialeah zoned R1, one family district. Applicant Diane Daniel Gonzalez Flori.
Are you? Name and address, please. Nombre y dirección.
Dayan González. Dayan Daniel González Florín. Y la dirección es 875 East, 8DH Street, Hialeah, Florida, 33010.
Okay. Él la va a leer en español, en inglés primero y después vamos a tratar de traducirlo en inglés. ¿Necesita traducirlo en inglés o tú entiendes lo suficiente para? ¿No entiende nada? Ni papa, ya tú sabes.
No, yo solo puedo traducir.
Okay.
Lo voy a leer en inglés primero. The property in this application is a 0.14 acre lot zoned R1, located on the north side of East 8th Street, within a center block having 9th lane to the east and East 8th Court to the west. The rear of the property faces an alleyway that provides service to the commercial business adjacent to the property to the north. The site is improved with a 1,612 square foot home originally built in 1952. The portion of the property in question was initially recorded by the property appraiser's office to have been added in 1995. However, no such permit records can be found regarding this expansion. The applicant is before the city requesting the authorization to legalize an existing addition encroaching on the rear setbacks, providing 18.65 feet where 20 feet are required. Pervious area calculations appear to be sufficient as calculated on the survey, but need to be clearly illustrated within the construction documents. The addition to be legalized is an expansion to accommodate a larger kitchen, laundry room, and gym, with no indication of any exterior doors, which would give the impression of a separate living facility within the property. The legalization is approved with the conditions that no exterior doors are to be added to the gym and that the property will continue to abide by the 30% drainage requirements once the work is completed. Approved with conditions. Ahora se lo voy a leer en español. La propiedad en esta solicitud es un lote de 0.14 acres, zonificado R1, ubicado en el lado norte de este 8 calle, dentro de un bloque central que tiene 9 lane al este 8 court. La parte trasera de la propiedad da a un callejón que da servicio al negocio comercial adyacente a esta propiedad hacia el norte. El sitio se mejora con una casa de 1,612 pies cuadrados, construida originalmente en el 1952. El tasador de la propiedad registró inicialmente que la parte de la propiedad en cuestión se agregó en 1995. Sin embargo, no se pueden encontrar tales registros de permisos con respecto a esta expansión. El solicitante se encuentra ante la municipalidad solicitando la autorización para legalizar una ampliación existente, invadiendo las retranqueos posteriores disponiendo 18.65 pies donde se requiere 20 pies. Los cálculos de área anteriores parecen ser suficientes tal como se calcularon en la encuesta, pero deben ilustrarse claramente en los documentos de construcción. La adición que se legalizará es una expansión para acomodar una cocina más grande, un lavadero y un gimnasio sin indicación de puertas exteriores que darían la impresión de una vivienda separada dentro de la propiedad. La legalización se aprueba con las condiciones de que no se agregan puertas exteriores al gimnasio y que la propiedad seguirá cumpliendo con los requisitos de drenaje del 30% una vez que se complete el trabajo, aprobado con condiciones.
Thank you. Do you understand the recommendations? ¿Entiende la recomendación del planeador? Do you have any comments or questions? Un comentario, una pregunta que quiera añadir? No? Okay. Comments or questions from the board?
I have a question. Una pregunta. ¿El gimnasio es personal o ustedes tienen un negocio? Okay.
Is the
So
gym-
is the gym yours or is it a business, but he says that it's personal?
Any more comments or questions,
For the chair.
please?
So no doors to the exterior from the gym area?
No.
¿Usted puede explicar cómo es eso? Porque no puedo imaginarme una cocina con un gimnasio.
Hablan en el micrófono, pues. Hello? En el micrófono.
La cocina está separada del gimnasio por una puerta que tiene el agrego. En el agrego está la cocina y al lado está el gimnasio.
Entonces todo está cerrado, es como un salón grande.
Sí.
Yeah, the reason for it to have no doors is because sometimes people will propose a gym, but at the end of the day it becomes an efficiency because it has a bathroom connected to it, but we don't want any exterior doors either on the side or in the back, only the exterior sliding glass door that comes out from the kitchen. It's an internal gym in the house and there's a door that connects the gym. It's as if it were to be another bedroom, but it's just considered a gym. It's a larger interior room.
Like it says there in 1995, it was made into an
Yeah,
addition. That's
mhm.
why. Okay.
It's very well drawn out on the plans too. It seems to read very well.
And there's no door right now.
There's no doors at all.
That is the reason for the suggestion, not the conditions not to be any doors, because it is large enough to, in the future, if it came to it, to be turned into a unofficial.
Okay.
So the condition says no doors to the exterior.
Right.
If he gets a permit. Or it's,
No, you're not supposed to add any exterior. Well, there's not supposed to be any doors from the side. And then there's already the sliding glass door from the back. So it would give the impression, unless they decide to add another window and then pull out another permit for a sliding glass door there as well.
So
There's no windows now then.
There is a window,
There's one.
unless they wanted to convert the window into a sliding glass door eventually.
So to piggyback on John's question, years from now,
Mhm.
if they decide, maybe the family grows, they decide that they want to convert it.
Mhm.
I mean, there's no reason why. They just need to get a permit and go through the permitting process and a
Yeah, it's a little tricky.
little tricky. Okay. ¿Entendiste algo que estamos hablando? Okay. La pregunta era, el señor Ulloa, que si en un futuro se podía legalizar eso o bajo un permiso se podía añadir una puerta al exterior. El planeador dijo que no estaba no está a código, vaya, no cae en la zona, no cae en los códigos.
Mhm.
Okay. Eso es simplemente lo que estamos tratando de asegurar, de que si en un futuro ustedes quisieran hacerlo, pero no. Es que hasta si trataran de sacar un permiso, no se lo podía. Okay. Any more comments or questions? Anyone in the audience? You need your name and address.
Ariel Morales, 1376 West 38th Place, Hialeah, Florida, 33012.
You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you.
I'm helping him with the process. I'm an ex Hialeah employee, so I'm very well versed with how things work here. He purchased the property about 2 years ago, maybe less, with this situation going on now. So I'm helping him correct it. But to give you, Mr. Jimenez, a better idea, I do have the plans here. I can show you exactly how it looks right now so that you can have a better understanding of what it looks like, if you like.
And we have the plans.
Guys have them there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so, all right, so that's basically it. There is no exterior door. It's him and his family. I believe they will never need to open a door ever, and if they do, he's very well educated that a permit is required, because I do code enforcement, so he knows very well that they are required to pull permits for anything they do.
Thank you.
And I will help them through the whole process.
Thank you.
maybe it's not. Why not just do it the right way the first time and then. Can he put a door there if he wants? If he did the legally with a window and everything else?
That would be a sliding glass door that could be through the back, but then the interior door would have to remain open as well. Because a lot of people, for example, they would put another door in the back and then they would close off the interior doors and then make it a separate living space within the same house.
That's
That's
the whole
main
idea.
topic.
See, you can, the whole idea is to not separate. Sorry about that. The whole idea is not to separate the dwelling from the inside.
Okay.
Because if you add another door,
Then you have.
you can very easily close the interior door without anybody knowing. So then you just very conveniently created two separate dwellings there. I mean, one dwelling, but two separate living conditions.
Yeah, I mean, he does not need the exterior door at all, because the gym actually has the laundry room as well inside. It has a bathroom and the laundry room. And there's a door that connects right to the kitchen. The door to the exit to the kitchen, it already has sliding glass door, so he really does not need the door. And not only that, he's gonna be a dad in March. He's gonna have a baby, so I don't think he's gonna want to rent anything out or ever.
No, I'm
convert
not
it
saying that he's
into-
gonna rent, but I
Right.
guarantee you're gonna need the door after a while. Because when it rains, the dirt that's gonna go in there, animals are gonna go in there. You can't have your laundry room wide open and telling me that you're gonna keep it wide open forever. Eventually, it's gotta be closed off because it's within, he's saying that it's in that room. The
Yeah,
laundry room is- it's
so
closed.
the laundry
Is it
room is
closed?
within that separate room.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
it's like, we were looking at that gym to eventually, let's say, like, in like the words of Hialeah, like, oh, to eventually create it into an efficiency
Yeah,
illegally. It would have the laundry room and it would have a bathroom separate from the house. All they would have to do is close out the interior door.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the laundry room is inside the house as well. It's under the roof.
So it kind of lends itself to it. I
Yeah,
mean, you got electrical and you got plumbing. You got two of the two major mechanicals needed for,
good to go.
good to go, man. All you need is a door.
And it's Hialeah, right?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Well, hey, man. I'm sorry, it's my city. I'm very proud of my city.
Mine's too.
I've lived there 98% of my life, and I like to keep it as, I have a dream. Anyway, any more comments or questions?
For the chair.
Yes, sir.
My confusion is like, if he does put a door there, it would be a code violation and he could get a fine.
Yeah.
So by putting this condition on it, does that mean that if he does put a door, then this permit would be violated and he loses this permit? Or how does this make it worse?
So most of the time when they do separate living facility within the same building, they'll put a solid door or a door that swings out. Let's say that they wanted to add a sliding glass door, it would be fine along the back. But it's just, yeah, it would be illegal. It wouldn't be permitted at all to put a door within the side, like an actual swing out door.
But he can put a sliding glass. door,
Let's
not a
say
regular door.
If they redraw the plans and all that stuff, proposing to add that to the legalization.
But I'm saying, like, if we approve it without the condition and later he puts a door, he gets a code violation. But if we approve it with the condition and he later puts a door, does he get a code violation and then this permit is not valid or something? Or,
Well, he'll later on apply for the permit for the actual sliding glass door.
but does it make it worse if we put the condition for him? I don't know if I'm explaining myself.
I understand exactly what he's saying. So basically, if you guys put a condition right now, like if you guys approve with conditions, and one of the condition is that no exterior door can be installed there, in the future, if we come in and apply for a permit for a door, would that be violating the conditions of it now?
No,
No, it'll be, whatever decision for that permit will be based on merits of why do you need a door? Where is the door? What else must take place to justify that door? So that would all weigh in with this condition.
I guess what I'm trying to say is that what repercussions do you have by putting these conditions? If you
That-
violate them?
oh, well, it's just a precaution that within the actual legalization process of this, that no doors were to be added, and that's pretty much it.
No, I'm just watching like for
Yeah.
teeth, like if this has any teeth.
Right.
One more,
It has baby teeth in it.
All right.
one more question. Is that area, is it drywalled? Or is it stucco inside,
Inside is drywall. Yeah.
drywall? And you're not gonna have a door?
Huh?
And they're not gonna have a door?
Well,
Unless it's a special drywall, because I used to do drywall and everything. Drywall, when exposed to moisture and humidity, after a while, will get mold and mildew. I guarantee you, you not having a door there, when it starts raining with the humidity here in Hialeah and everything, you're gonna have black mold growing in that room immediately after a while, if you don't have.
It's an insulated room.
The house,
Insulated room?
yeah, it's inside the home. It's part of the home.
Because I'm just seeing a door, a room without a door is what I'm seeing in my head.
No,
So
it
it's like that. It's
it
this
connects to the
portion right
kitchen.
here. So this is a sliding glass door right here.
Mhm.
And it's all under the same. roof.
Under the same roof.
Yeah, it's on the
All of it is internal.
Okay,
But it was just like looking at the bathroom. and the
but
laundry.
then this side here, is it drywall or no?
This would be block here, but
Block,
this would be
okay.
drywall here.
In drywall inside, not in that room. Okay, no,
Mhm.
that's fine. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. It's just cement on the outside.
Okay,
That makes it a lot clearer.
anyone else? Anyone in the electronic audience have a comment or question? This is a part of the public hearing. It was a pleasure of the board.
Motion to approve with conditions.
Second that motion?
Motion by Mr. Iglesias, second by Mr. Casanova. Mr. Jimenez,
Yes.
Mr. D. Perez,
Yes.
Mr. Casanova,
Yes.
Mrs. Enriquez,
Yes.
Mr. Ulloa,
Yes.
Mr. Ramon,
Yes.
Mr. Iglesias.
Yes.
Item has been approved with conditions.
Thank you, everyone. Have a good night.
Good night. The Planning and Zoning Board recommendations for the following public hearing requests will be heard by the City Council at a scheduled meeting of Tuesday, January 24th, 2023. Okay, so item number 5 is actually a tabled item from last meeting. So we will need to take it out of the table.
We got a motion?
Motion. Second.
Motion by Mr. Ulloa, second by Mr. Ramon and Mr. Iglesias. Mr. Casanova,
Yes.
Mr. Ulloa,
Yes.
Mr. D. Perez.
Yes.
Mr. Ramon,
Yes.
Mrs. Enriquez,
Yes.
Mr. Iglesias,
Yes.
Mr. Jimenez.
Yes.
Item has been removed from table. Item number 5, rezoning properties from R1 one family district to R33 multiple family district. Granting a special use permit to allow the expansion of the neighborhood business district overlay. And granting a variance permit to allow only residential uses where a vertical mix of uses is required. Allow residential use on the ground floor where residential uses are only allowed above ground floor level. Allow front setback of 3 feet fronting East Sixth Avenue, 7.25 feet fronting East 26th Street, and 8 feet fronting East 27th Street, where 10 feet built to line are required. Allowed a 10-foot interior side setback where 15 feet are required. Allowed 26.2% pervious area, where 30% pervious area is the minimum required. And allow 56 parking spaces where 63 parking spaces are required. Properties are located at 585 East 26th Street, 591 East 26th Street, 595 East 26th Street, folio number 043108, 0012570, and 043108, 0012580. Hialeah zoned R1 one family district applicant Alexandria San Roman, Esquire on behalf of Caribbean Cat Corp. and Jordani Properties LLC.
Thank you. Hi, name and address, please.
Alessandria San Roman with law offices located at 701 Burkle Avenue.
Thank you.
The properties in this application include 5 parcels from which the one with address 585 East 26th Street is developed with a single-family home built in 1955, and the remaining 4 are vacant. The consolidated properties are located at the east end of the block located within East 26th Street, East 27th Street, East 6th Avenue, and East 5th Avenue, fronting Hialeah Hospital. The property has medium-density residential. The proposed 28-unit multifamily development includes 3 two-story buildings with 24 two-bedroom units and 4 three-bedroom units. 2 of the buildings will provide a complete frontage along East 6th Avenue and wrap around the corners at East 26th Street and East 27th Street with surface parking at the rear. The 3rd building will front the interior of the parking lot with its south side fronting East 26th Street, where the south end of the building has been designed with openings and architectural features to add articulation and complete the frontage along East 26th Street, flanking the parking entrance between the east and west building. A concrete wall with abundant vegetation will buffer the proposed development from the adjacent residential lots to the west. Vehicular access will also be provided on West 27th Street. The height of the buildings at 2 stories is harmonious with the residential character of the west part of the block, where 2.5-story is maximum allowed height. The site is at a 16-minute walk from the Hialeah Tri-Rail Metro Rail Transfer Station and within walking distance of major employment centers along the 25th Street Medical Corridor. To be able to develop the property as proposed, the applicant is requesting rezoning from R1 to R33 and a special use permit to allow the expansion of the MBD overlay. The medium density land use would allow a maximum of 24 units, and although the MBD could allow up to 72 units, the applicant is proposing to build 28 units in order to keep the development at a scale compatible with the adjacent residential neighborhood. The following variances are also requested. Allow only residential uses where mixed use is required. Allow residential uses on the ground floor. Allow 3 feet front setback along East 6th Avenue, 7.25 feet front setback along East 26th Street, 8 feet along East 27th Street, where 10 feet built to line are required. Allow 10 feet interior side setback where 15 are required. Allow 26.2% pervious area where 30% is required, and allow 56 parking spaces where 63 parking spaces are required. The setback variance requests could be allowed since they are mostly for the encroachment of planters and balconies that will add character and articulation to the building, and the west side setback is well buffered with a concrete wall and vegetation. The pervious area request could also be approved since an engineered system will take care of drainage. As for the parking, the development includes 56 parking spaces, 2 parking spaces for each unit. Considering that the abundance of on-street parking in the area, together with the proximity to major employment centers and transit hubs, will suffice to satisfy the development's parking demand. Parking variance could be approved. The rezoning shall be approved since it will make land use and zoning consistent, and the special use permit to expand the MBD regulation to the site shall also be approved since the location is indeed within an activity node area and the required incentive points are provided. Furthermore, the proposed residential development will contribute to fulfilling the city's housing demand, provide housing close to employment and transit hubs, and bring renewal to a neighborhood built in the 1950s. Recommendation approval.
Thank you, Chris. One question. These are 5 lots across from the Hialeah Hospital.
That's correct. So, board members, again, Alessandra Sanarma with law offices located at 701 Brickell Avenue. I'm joined here by my colleague Hugo Arza, as well as our architect Manny Reyes. So this project may seem a little bit familiar to you all because it did come before you at the later end of 2022. This board did recommend for approval of this project, as a matter of fact, unanimously to City Council. When it went to City Council, there were concerns about landscape buffering, and we were asked to embellish it. So we met with council members. We are now in a position to come back in front of you all and show the proposed landscape plans. Nothing has changed from the last time we were here. Again, it's the 3 requests that we have, and we have a presentation that we're happy to walk you through. But yes, it is those 5 parcels.
Okay, because I notice here it says that there's an existing, on the application, it's an existing dwelling there.
Yes.
Is that dwelling going to be demolished and?
Yes.
Okay, because it's a single family home,
Yes.
so that will be raised and then it'll be an empty lot and then you're going to start fresh from the ground up.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
go ahead.
Perfect.
Thank you.
So, again, I just wanted to reiterate, these are 3 requests. So the first is to rezone from R1 to R33. The second request is a special use permit to allow for the limited expansion of the MBD zoning overlay on the property. And then the third request are minor non-use variances for the property located at 585 East 26th Street in the city of Hialeah. So the property consists of 1.04 acres of land located between East 26th Street and East 27th Street, just west of East 6th Avenue. Next slide, please. Today, the majority of the parcels on the property are currently vacant and unimproved, and 1 parcel is improved with a 1,677 square foot single family home that was originally built in 1955. 2025. The property is located within close proximity of East 25th Street, and that is a main corridor of the city, which encompasses a number of employment centers, includes Leon Medical Center, Hialeah Hospital, Conviva Care Center, and Hialeah Park. Next slide, please. So as mentioned, those are the three requests. Actually, on September 27th, 2022, pursuant to ordinance number 2022-085, the property was recently designated from low-density residential and major institutions to medium-density residential. Next slide, please. So as mentioned, the applicant is proposing to develop the property with a 28-unit project in close proximity, again, to these major employment centers along East 25th Street. The design has taken into consideration the neighborhood impacts. And per the MBD, the applicant could have developed this project with 3 stories. The applicant has chosen to only develop it with 2 stories so as not to be intrusive in height to the neighboring community. Next slide, please. So again, as I mentioned, this plan did come before you all, and per the city council's request, there were concerns regarding the buffering of of dissimilar land uses. And so the applicant met with council members, and as you can see from the landscape plan on the screen, as well as the plans before you, the project has incorporated significant landscape buffering along the western perimeter. That's that area in green that you see on the presentation, in order to ameliorate any negative impacts and provide adequate privacy to the neighboring single-family homes. Next slide, please. So just very quickly, these are a couple of renderings of the site. Again, on the bottom right, you can see some of that lush landscaping that we were talking about. Next slide. And again, that's a rendering from inside the project. Next slide. So the project's location near East 25th Street will provide future residents with convenient and efficient commutes, as well as access to public transportation options. Furthermore, the project will positively contribute to the area's infrastructure and revitalization, and will help encourage pedestrianism, transit ridership, and bicycling. It will also beautify what is currently an underutilized site at a key corridor of the city, while providing quality housing near major employment centers along East 25th Street. Not to mention, the project will also serve to create much needed jobs, provide quality commercial opportunities, preserve property values, and increase the city's ad valorem taxes. That concludes our presentation. We are happy to answer any questions that you may have, and we urge you to recommend again for approval this project. Thank you.
Thank you. Comments or questions,
Through the chair.
please?
On the western portion, is that where the hedge is gonna be on the bottom?
Yes. And so the landscape plans that you have before you are actually far more embellished than the one that you see before you. So you can see that there's a lot more
Yeah, I see a
landscaping on the
large-
exactly on the bottom side. There's more along East 6 and over on the west side of the property as well.
And is that are those the units that are 3 bedrooms? On the bottom? Where the house is?
Juanitos Architect Office is at 18501 Pines Boulevard. The one on the bottom is a building C that has 2 bedrooms, 2 stories on top, building A on the left, building B on the right. The corners are 3 bedrooms and the interior units are 2 bedrooms.
Manny, from what I see in I'm sorry, are you finished?
I'm done.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
sorry.
Huh?
From what I see in the renderings there, the balconies are going to be facing inside the property?
No,
not outside?
sir. There's balconies that face east 6th Avenue.
Okay,
Yes.
and
There are the only balconies that face the west side are the ones on the bottom of building C. Building A and B, the balconies front east towards East 6th Avenue.
okay, yeah, because I have no problem with the balconies facing 6th Avenue. I mean, that's a
Right.
major,
Right.
it's a major thoroughfare there,
Right.
but
This is going to be a unique building in this area.
You-
Trust me.
you've been here before. You know how it is with
Yes.
balconies facing the adjacent properties into their
Right.
backyard.
Right. That's why we enhanced the landscaping on the west side of building C.
Okay.
For the second floor. It's only a 2-story building. It's not a 3 or 4 or 5-story building, so. Plus, it'll definitely enhance the area.
Thank you. Any more comments or questions? Anyone in the audience have a comment or question? Anyone in the electronic audience? Okay, closes the part of the public hearing. What's the pleasure of the board?
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Second that motion.
Motion by Mr. Casanova and Mr. Jimenez, second by Mr. Iglesias. Mr. D. Perez,
Yes.
Mr. Ramon,
Yes.
Mr. Casanova,
Yes.
Mr. Iglesias,
Yes.
Ms. Enriquez,
Yes.
Mr. Ulloa,
Yes.
Mr. Jimenez.
Yes.
Item has been approved.
Thank you.
Likewise, thank you.
Item number 6. Ordinance of the mayor and the city council of the city of Hialeah, Florida, amending the Hialeah Code of Ordinances, chapter 98, entitled zoning, article 6, supplementary district regulations, division 5, uses, creating subdivision 14, entitled private schools, repeating all ordinances or parts of the ordinances in conflict herewith, providing for penalties for violation hereof, providing for severability clause, providing for inclusion in the code, and providing for an effective date.
So this is a proposed ordinance. The proposed ordinance would make an amendment to chapter 98 and add a subdivision entitled private schools. We would define what a private school is and what a kindergarten is. It would also address issues such as where the private schools can be located, what zones they're applicable in, and adequate parking for these schools. It would also address the application that the applicant would need to fill out and submit when applying for a private school or a kindergarten. And finally, I think it would adequately discuss auto stacking space, which is very important and would ensure safety and welfare for the citizens.
Thank you. Comments or questions? Anyone in, well, no one in the audience. Anyone in the electronic audience have a comment or question? What's the part of the hearing? What's the pleasure of the board?
Motion to approve. Second that motion.
Motion by Mr. Ramon, second by Mr. Casanova. Mr. D. Perez,
Yes.
Mr. Ramon,
Yes.
Mr. Iglesias,
Yes.
Ms. Enriquez,
Yes.
Mr. Jimenez,
Maybe. I mean, yes.
Mr. Ulloa,
Yes.
Mr. Casanova.
Yes.
Item has been approved.
Okay.
Miscellaneous items not requiring advertising. Item number 7, old business. Okay, no old business. Item number 8, new business. Okay, I have
New
one.
business. Uh-oh.
No, it's. So I want to wish Mr. Jimenez a happy birthday. It
Oh,
was his
thank you.
birthday
Yeah,
yesterday.
Look at you. Happy birthday.
Happy
What are
birthday.
you,
Thank you so
19 now?
20.
20? Oh, okay.
Next year I could drink.
Yeah.
Oh, happy.
Huh?
Okay, that's it.
Oh, wow.
Good job, Alex.
Must be a good
Yeah,
guy.
good job.
Chris,
You too, Chris.
you didn't do too bad yourself. You hung in there tough. Good deal. Thank you guys for being part of the team. I hope we can live up to your expectation.
Welcome aboard.
All right, if there's no more business or no more shenanigans,